First painting is Loch, Etive, and the skies are sort of the raw sienna sort of at the base, and then the blue is a mix of ultramarine and Payne's grey. Keep the clouds fairly subtle, it's just a mix of Payne's grey and alizarin crimson. Main block over here, and then just a little few, and a little one over in the far corner. And then sort of keep it harmonious. You can see how the part of this raw sienna sky is then reflected in the water area. Once the sky was in, I've painted these mountains. Now these are using all the same colours I've put in the sky, and then just used a card just to sort of lightly scrape some of the paint off, just to leave the white underside, just to suggest snowy peaks. And then while the paper was still wet, just pulled those colours straight down to suggest reflections in the water. I'm not sure how apparent it is. This lower foreground area is just like a mass of trees, all in varied degrees of autumnal splendour. Try to suggest the trees by just scraping in the trunks here with my fingernail. A few more down there, and then just throughout the painting really, just little scrapes here and there just to suggest the tree trunks, to make it look like the tree foliage. I tried to leave gaps between each colour just so it didn't become just one mass block of colour, and I've left sort of unpainted sort of white areas. I was going to fill them in, but I thought no, I'll leave them because it provides definition between the groups, the colour groups. I think whenever I go for this sort of mass tree in the foreground, I'm always guilty of just keeping everything the same colour. There's not enough variation. That's why I was very conscious of leaving these spaces, these little spaces between each colour. This next painting is Loch. Sky area, we got some raw sienna there in the background, and then we got ultramarine, Payne's grey mixes, and then a bit of alizarin crimson also in there. And then I've reflected all the sky colours in the water here, and then once you've got the reflections in, it just helps it look, give you that sort of water effect. Got some distant mountains there, right in the background. Just scrape the very top of them with a card just to suggest sort of snowy peaks. Below the mountains we've got our sort of far bank there with a little boat. Just using the rigger brush to damp the paint, and then just take it off with a tissue just to leave a boat, and then just put a little reflection in below just to create the finish the effect. And further forward then we've got these trees on the right hand side, scraping out a few of the trunks with a fingernail, and then down at the base, bit of raw sienna at the base, and then I've scraped in a few rocks using the corner of a card just to break up this area, give a bit of texture. Trees over on this left hand side, just mixes of lemon yellow, ultramarine and Payne's grey. Could have been a bit more colourful really, not to worry. Again, a bit more scraping with the card just to create these rocks right down to the foreground. And then if you overdo it, you can always just paint over like I've done. I went a bit mad, just paint straight over them, just leave what you want.